Hello friends, I am Narvade Patil and you are welcome to my YouTube channel Key to English Grammar. Today we are going to learn synthesis. Already we have seen 5 videos and in those 5 videos we have seen how to make the simple sentence. But it was in Marathi and English, and in this video we are going to see only in English. So this is for the English medium. When two or more thoughts, ideas, sentences, etc. are joined, it is called a synthesis. What is the synthesis? First we should know the definition. When two or more thoughts, ideas, sentences, etc. are joined, it is called synthesis. And synthesis means to join together, maybe two sentences, maybe two ideas, or maybe two thoughts, or maybe more than two also. Now let us say the first rule, using participle. Participle means that is a non-finite verb, type of non-finite verb, that is V1 plus ing. Verb plus ing means sometimes we say that is a present participle or sometimes we say that is verb form fourth. But that is not the main verb, that is participle. For example, she saw him, she cried loudly. These are the two sentences. She saw him, this is a one sentence, separate sentence, and she cried loudly, this is the another sentence, and both the sentences are meaningful. From two sentences we have to make one sentence and it should be simple. What is the simple sentence? In simple sentence there is one finite verb and one subject only. And if we look at the two sentences now, here are two sentences. She saw him, she is the subject, saw is the verb, means this is one simple sentence, and she cried loudly, she is the subject, cried, this is the finite verb, main verb, and so this is another sentence. But if we change it into the simple one, we do not find two subjects and two verbs. For example, seeing him, she cried loudly. Now seeing him, it has become a phrase. Seeing him and she cried loudly. She cried loudly. She, this is the subject. Cried, this is the verb. And so this is called a simple sentence. And seeing is called a participle. And participle is used as subject here. And participle means actually it works as an adjective. It works as an adjective. Seeing him. But this is a phrase. Now, let us see second rule in the participle. In the participle also we use different rules. For example, if there is am, is, are, was, were, and if we want to change it into ing form, we cannot say iming, ising, aring, wasing, but we say being. For example, the thief was tortured. This is a one sentence. And second, he ran away from the jail. He ran away from the jail. Now the thief was tortured. Was is used here. Means to be form is used there. That is a past form. The thief was tortured. Second, he ran away from the jail. Now was plus ing, we cannot make it wasing, but we can change it into being. So, being tortured, the thief ran away. Being tortured, the thief ran away. Means we have changed the sentence using participle, but here participle means being is used. If in the given sentence there is am, is, or was, were, and if it is working as a main verb, we cannot do wasing or iming, ising, but we change it into being. And sometimes have, has, had is used in the sentence as a main verb. And when it is used as a main verb, we cannot say many times have, has, had, maybe had, but we have to say having only. We do not say having, we say having only. Maybe have, maybe has, or maybe had, but we use having. So she had created problems for him. This is one sentence. And she was very happy. This is another sentence. She had created problems for him. One sentence. And second, she was very happy. Now, have plus ing. Had plus ing means that is also having, not having. So, having created problems for him, she was happy. This is a simple sentence. And again, let us see here in participle we are making ing form of the main verb, but sometimes what happen, already there is ing in the given sentence, and so if you get ing in the second sentence, join from there only. Now you have no need to change that verb into ing form, but you have to join the sentence from there. And so I saw her, she was watching a football match. Here I saw her, I saw her. This is one sentence. And she was watching a football match. This is another sentence. I saw her watching a football match. Now, she we are neglecting here. I saw her watching a football match. This is a simple sentence. And after that, using infinitive. Infinitive also is a type of non-finite verb. You know that there are three types of non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are of three types. That is, number one, participle, number two, infinitive, and number three, gerund. And participle means we know that is used as an adjective, and gerund means that is used as a noun. And infinitive, infinitive means to plus verb form first. That is called infinitive. For example, my father heard of my achievement. He is very pleased. These are two sentences. My father heard of my achievement. This is the one sentence. And he is very pleased. This is the second sentence. And we have to combine both the sentences in one using to plus verb form first. And so let us change it like this. My father is very pleased to hear of my achievement. My father is very pleased to hear of my achievement. Here, to hear, to plus verb form first is used always, and that is called the infinitive. To hear of my achievement. This is simple sentence. Second one, she has two guards. This is one sentence, and they take care of her flat. This is another sentence. She has two guards to take care of her flat. To take, this is infinitive, and now it has become a simple sentence. And next rule, let us see using noun or noun phrase in apposition. In apposition means in place of that noun or pronoun, we use that noun phrase. Maybe sometimes a noun clause is also used. I mean, in that place we use. For example, the cat drank milk. It was very fresh. These are the two sentences. The cat drank milk. This is one sentence. And it was very fresh. This is the another sentence. And the cat drank the fresh milk. The cat drank the fresh milk. This is a simple sentence. The cat, this is the subject. Drank, this is the finite verb. And the fresh milk. In this way, instead of one clause, we have taken a phrase only. In apposition of that sentence, we have taken a phrase. Gold is the most precious metal. It shines very brightly. This is another sentence. The gold is most precious metal. This is the one sentence. And it shines very brightly. This is the another sentence. And if we change it into a one sentence, in a simple sentence, we can say gold, the most precious metal, shines very brightly. Or next tool, let us see using adverb or adverbial. Then you will say, we know the adverb, but what is the adverbial? Adverbial means it is a part of sentence that does the work of an adverb. That does the work of an adverb. Maybe a phrase, adverb phrase may be like that. And she has studied John Keats. This is one sentence. And she has studied it in depth. If we join both the sentences, we can say she has studied John Keats deeply. Here deeply is adverb. Means in short we can say the use of adverb can make two sentences into a simple sentence. The use of adverb can make two sentences into a simple sentence as we have seen. Or let us see another two examples. My brother killed a snake. This is one sentence. And he took only a few minutes. This is the second sentence. My brother killed a snake in a few minutes. Now, in a few minutes, this is adverbial. This does the work of an adverb. My brother killed a snake in a few minutes. Means in a few minutes gives more information about the verb killed. So this is working as an adverb. This is adverbial. Or let us see the next sentence. Your son did not do his homework. It was yesterday. These are the two sentences. Your son did not do his homework. This is the one sentence. And it was yesterday. This is the second sentence. Your son did not do his homework yesterday. This is the simple sentence. Means your son did not do his homework, and yesterday, this is adverb. This is called adverb of time. In this way, we tried to summarize all the rules in short, and we have seen how to make the simple sentences.